Yay!
We have avatars.
We do. And
You can
chat
even
Yay.
change the music.
No.
just there.
Please.
This is the best thing I wrote, and it shall stay.
You've written other best things.
Alright,
Only one.
it'll
Oh,
choose
I guess
something
I should
random now.
check that.
There we go.
Sure. This is as good a track as any. Hello. Welcome
Hello.
to the DID Games 2025 announcement live stream. Before the Nintendo Direct, but after the Nintendo Switch's after the Nintendo Switch's reveal. So
DID
just
Direct.
in between. Direct. Direct.
D-Direct.
D-Direct. Hello, Discord.
No, that sounds like a medical procedure. Like a D-Directomy.
No.
That's. I don't want to think of that. Hello, Discord. Hello, YouTube. If you're not on the Discord, you should probably join it because it's pretty cool and also is the best way to, stay in touch with us.
Yeah. Definitely.
We're approachable. We're humans.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Speak for yourself, yeah, but yeah.
Humans and a weasel.
We're live on
Speaking of-
YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We
And
are
we're
live
sure
on
it's working.
YouTube. Well, they're not complaining that it's not working.
Okay.
They're saying yo and stuff.
Great.
Yes, it works.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Check. So, speaking of weasels, let's just quickly introduce the team from left to right. So, Weasel, who are you?
I am Weasel. I do music, and sometimes they make me do sound.
And sometimes you even take it upon yourself to do a whole lot of other work.
You're welcome.
Like everyone's favorite
Yeah.
B2 quests.
Yay! Hua, you are next.
Why?
Because you're further left than I am.
I mean, that kind of sums it up.
What do you do, Hua?
I am poor. I am a programmer. Although I wish I wasn't right now.
Yeah, we all have those days. More on that later. Hi, I'm Prologue. I'm the producer, and that basically means I do everything that these other people don't, and then some.
Yeah.
Pen.
Hi. I am Pen. I'm the writer and other things.
But mostly a writer.
Mostly that, but other things as well.
We wear lots of hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have so many hats.
I have a potato
Ken.
hat. Hey, I have a potato hat. 'Cause I'm
What does your potato hat represent?
my potato roll? I do a little bit of everything. And
Is that what being a potato is?
in Norway, that
Potatoes.
is what being a potato is. You work with
That's
every meal. You're not the main course.
I feel like it makes me think of couch potato, which is like
Oh
the
my
opposite.
god.
yeah. That's
Is that an actual saying?
Yeah.
oh Norway.
It only works in the
Okay.
context of my Marius sweater here.
It's a very nice sweater. Is it made out of wool?
Yes, the best fabric
Okay.
because it keeps you
Mm.
warm. Okay, I'll...
Moving on.
No, he didn't say what he did yet.
Oh, my bad.
Some programming, some graphics work, some audio stuff, like whatever needs some. Yeah,
He also is good at getting off topic, as demonstrated.
yeah. Correct.
We have this weird, like, wooden tiki thing in the corner.
Hey, I'm that tiki thing. I'm Tai Tiki. I do
What is
art.
You do art. You might have seen Taitiki's art online if you, like, use the internet, for example.
Or look at our little chibi tars and stuff.
Or, yeah, just even look at the screen. All of us were given a corporeal form courtesy of Tiki, so thank you very much.
We're no longer voices in a box.
Well, Well, you know, arguably.
Well, we are, but we're not only
Voices
in the
and
box.
faces in a box.
We're voices in the box and voices in
have-
the head.
Now we have marketable anime faces.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We were told by our patrons, that's the first Patreon plug of the night, by the way. We were told by our patrons that we look like Harvest Moon NPCs.
Yes.
We
Ooh,
do.
what the fuck is a harvest moon?
Stardew Valley NPCs. Without the, you know, the blockiness. So yeah, this stream is going to focus on several things. So it doesn't really have a focus, to be quite honest. We're going to announce our upcoming projects later in the stream. Before that, though, we just wanted to take a bit of time to, like, you know, chat about our previous projects and or including Envoy, because we've seen a few questions about that, so we just want to take the time to clarify everything. Just, you know, open the conversation around that. Ken, do you want to start by saying stuff?
About which one of those?
Whatever comes to mind first, and we'll play from there.
Well, what always comes to my mind is D2.
Yeah. So, D2 Truth released, what, 6-ish months ago or so?
Something like
Wait,
that.
nah. What?
Yes.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
something.
That's wild, but okay.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
don't believe you.
No, you can check. Did you think it was longer, shorter?
I thought it was like last week.
Part 1 was 7 months ago.
Let's not talk about that.
Thought it was like,
Um,
yeah, last week, bro.
But yeah, Truth's reception has been overall very positive.
Yeah. I'd say so.
So awesome. We're very happy to see that everybody who played the expansion enjoyed it. Considering we put like what 2 years of work or something into it, if not more. I'm honestly not sure at this point.
1.5, I think. Yeah.
1.5 and change.
Just felt like 2.
It just, man, it just,
It was planned to be a half.
it was. Oh yeah.
And then we decided to redo the entire battle system.
Although there's a lot of things we decided to redo and change and add.
All for the best, I think.
I do think so.
It's really hard to put a project like that aside when you worked on it for so long.
Well, yes and no, because then on the other hand, you also worked on it for so long that
Yeah, but
I
I
mean,
mean,
you're kind of sick of it.
yeah, but at the same time, you're like just a little more. Just it's
Keep
not
in
perfect.
mind he
in
had a
that
10 years
regard,
head
but
start on us.
But yeah, truth, good reception. We're very happy. Everybody's having fun with it. As the guy who mainly was in charge of the combat overhaul, it's really cool seeing everybody saying how much more fun it feels. Also seeing, you know, those kinds of people theory craft builds and stuff. I mean, to me, that's a big mark of success for an RPG. So I'm quite glad with that.
Yeah. Doing
I don't know if the rest of the team has thoughts.
Yeah, no, everything from like theory crafting lore to character discussions to whatever else. Like it's all very nice to see. It, yeah, makes all the work worth it, in my opinion.
A few friends of mine that aren't even into Bonded but are super into JRPGs think it's really good. So I guess
I'm
props
glad
to
to
the
hear
JRPG side.
Hell yeah.
Mm,
It's that is the bare minimum, I think, for a JRPG.
yeah, and thanks to everyone who's bought like merch and the music packs and yeah.
We'll get back to the merch plug later. Don't worry. It's here every stream. Regular
Oh, right,
stream
yeah.
viewers are used to it. We got a comment on YouTube. Hope the new game will have some romance stuff. It just might. I think you might enjoy what we have in store, but we'll get there later. Coming from the Daft Puck Man, who most people have still not defeated. Everybody has not defeated air quotes correctly. I'm a little mad about that, considering how many hours Paul and I spent on designing that fight and making it work. But you know, it's fine. It's status effects are a viable strategy. I'm not crying.
Disappointed.
I'm not
Not
I'm
mad.
not-
I'm just disappointed.
The funny Daft Punk man. Yeah. You're bad. Bad is a mindset.
Tell that to
No,
my
but,
Marvel
like,
Rivals team.
It's something you can develop, like, and even with less grind. I know you're a fighting game player. Like, it's far less effort to like learn a turn-based game than a fighting game. Marvel mentioned. Yeah. Also, great reception for the story. It was pretty hard for us to stay very secretive with everything. We're not going to discuss any spoilers here. There are a couple of pretty big twists in there. So if you haven't played it yet, you should really just play it. Honestly, Penn put a lot of work into it, and I think it paid off. I saw a DA post like a couple of days after we published Truth about somebody like trauma posting because of the ending of Truth. So I was like, yay, mission accomplished. so do yourself a favor. Check it out. Lovenapper 2. It's free. The expansion, not the game.
No, it's not.
I'm glad the story was well received though, because like it was a risk. You never know how people will react.
Oh, I mean, obviously there were some people who didn't receive it as well. Mostly. Do I name drop them? Nah. I'm not that petty.
Don't do it.
But there's a specific kind of player who was less into the story, let's say. But yeah. So we're very happy about that. It was cool. And then for the last 6 months, we've been working on our little baby project, Envoy. We wanted to take a bit of time to talk about Envoy here, answer questions if you have any, just type them in the chat, go ahead. Because we saw a lot of people, well, first of all, not even necessarily knowing that we had another project, and also like what it's about, how it plays, stuff like that, and also what is going to happen to it going forward.
Yeah.
Roughly speaking, due to various financial reasons that I will not elaborate for the sake of the privacy of the team, we're going to have to focus for a little bit of time.
Amazing timing.
All right. That's awesome.
Oh.
Sort of-
He's back.
Sorry, my
The
phone
YouTuber
did a
still
weird
going.
thing.
Check the bingo card. You're right.
Check
Did
the
anybody
bingo
have
card.
screen crash on your bingo card?
If you don't have a bingo card, I heard that Dex has made
I heard
everybody a
there's a
bingo card.
Bingo card. Yeah. No, should we just should we just like go over? So yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. If you
No, I was just gonna, you said like for various financial reasons. I would say like not only that, but also just
Yep. The baby was big.
and it's not that we felt it I don't think it was too ambitious or that we,
No.
couldn't have pulled it off. It's really just a
unfortunate circumstance.
combination of personal circumstances in all of our lives, and then just like the current state of
the everything.
economy.
The everything.
Not to blame the economy, but
The economy do be looking kind of cringe.
so, but we're not giving up on it. Like, we're not canceling it. I think we're all still pretty attached to it. I am,
Yes.
anyways. I spent a
Oh
really
yeah.
long time. I did a lot of writing for it already.
You know how many concept drawings I did? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So, but
that all the patrons saw. Mm.
yes,
I
yes.
didn't even see all of them. Oh my
But
goodness.
we because of our personal circumstances, we need to pivot a little bit. and focus on doing some smaller things, and to help us build funds, basically.
Yeah.
Would you say that's accurate? Yeah.
That's pretty accurate. We have a couple questions on
Yeah.
YouTube already in
Oh,
order.
I need to look at that.
First of all, how
Fire
long
away.
will the stream go on? Because you only have an hour before you have to go to work. It's variable. I feel like the main content we might get through within an hour, maybe a little more, and at the end we like doing open Q&A because that just seems to be very popular and it's fun
Yeah.
to do.
These usually roughly go about 1 hour, upwards to 2.
Yeah,
But-
1.5 hours, 2 hours, roughly.
Should be
Sorry,
available
go
to rewatch though.
Why did we pick the name Envoy?
Because of the story, mainly. It's a game about making contact with different civilizations, roughly speaking, and the player character kind of takes on the role of an envoy, and we just
Yeah.
felt it was fitting. Also, I had a dream, I had a vision. A lot of the stuff I do just comes from like
It came
the
to him in
sky.
a dream.
It came to me in a dream, and I could see how to do the logo and how for it to be cool and everything. So that's also part of it.
Be sure to buy our Bible on sale, Etsy.
Please don't. How is the fighting and the exploring gonna be? So in the concept art that we showed off in the initial reveal trailer, which is roughly representative of how we'd imagine the game looking, obviously, more rendered, more finished. The idea was to have the main view be like this side view, full body. I've seen people compare it, I think, to Darkest Dungeon, but with the contrast turned down a little bit and with more happiness and joy and bondage and less misery, sadness, blood, and despair, roughly.
Yeah, a little more, I don't want to say rubber hosey for those of you who understand animation, but like it's supposed to be a bit more cartoony, a bit more fun.
Yeah.
While still keeping all the appeal of like, the visual character designs and all that.
Yeah. The core of the game was really the exploration, I should use the proper tense, wherein you're trying to like get to specific places for whatever reason, whatever quest or personal reason or whatever. It's pretty freeform, non-linear story. And so managing exploration resources is going to be a big part of that game. Like, packing. Basically, what do you pack to go on a journey, right? That's kind of the main idea behind Envoy. Other questions. Let's see.
I want to just say, like, our patrons got some previews of like temporary graphics, battle system stuff, and whatnot.
Yeah, prototypes.
Yeah,
A lot of
but since they have
Add
very
character
temporary
designs and stuff.
yeah.
But since they have very temporary graphics, we don't want to do like public releases of that because it might give people the wrong idea.
That, and also
Right.
we do want to give patrons, an incentive. Let's let's
yeah.
not mince words. They support us. They kindly make what we do possible. It is only fair that it is exclusive.
Yeah. But I mean,
Let's see. Any chance we can see more of the conceptual stuff you guys have made already, or are you guys keeping it close to the chest? A big amount of the conceptual stuff, visually at the very least, and like gameplay, has been shared with the patrons. So you specifically, Crashy, have seen it. There are a couple sketches flying around that haven't been shown yet, mostly because we wanted to like iron them out a bit more.
Yeah, we're like some of the characters that were revealed, for example, that you've seen more finished art or other concept arts of that were shared in like the announcements and all that. They were not just singular, like there were bulk. In some cases there, we grinded through like 10 different designs for some of these characters, and so that's where a majority of the concepting came from.
Yeah, we're not showing like the discarded sketches, for example. Another thing that we're keeping close to the chest are like the narrative planning documents. That is to say, specifically the lore and backstory, which we don't want to necessarily be fully transparent on because that's not the play experience we intend. It's more internal documents for like just internal consistency when creating stories, which is something that becomes kind of necessary when you have more than a single writer or like creative on the team. Let's see, a lot of grinding. Undecided, honestly. A lot of the more finer stuff, that's grinding is roughly speaking a knob you can just turn when you're designing a game. So that's something that can be adjusted fairly easily depending on player feedback.
Yeah.
Can Ken increase his volume a little?
I assume that's a Discord specific question.
I believe that's a Discord specific question, yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
being asked in the Discord.
Because my voice is getting blasted between Discord and YouTube.
Yeah. From YouTube, I hope you bring back a mechanism so enemies can attack the main character from behind. There will be ambushes for sure. Maybe not in the same way that you're visualizing it. Hoping by the end of April you'll be able to go back to the $20 tier. Obviously, we appreciate everybody's support, but please do not put yourself in a perilous financial situation on account of us. That is the one thing we would ask. But we do appreciate all the help we can get. We know we're gonna make companions. Do we have to romance them? So, Pen, what can you say briefly about what we had planned for player Nephilim, like relationship systems?
I don't know. What can I say? I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say. So okay, well, yeah. So I definitely wanted to like you have the option to, I guess, like increase your bond with the various characters and, you know, increase your like support level or what have you, and then sometimes, yes, that could like manifest in romance.
The idea specifically was that there would be a relationship level with each of the playable characters called Nephilim. That would culminate in a selectable romantic or platonic final like friendship scene, right?
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the game, and that there would be both male characters and female characters, we didn't want to, you know, force everybody for, you know, min-max sake to have to romance everyone, right?
Yeah, and also if you had preferences correct in terms of just like, oh, you like character A, but the rest of them you're just friends.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, a kind of a bond system. Kind of like Fire Emblem, very vaguely speaking.
I would not say that.
If Fire Emblem is the one touchstone you have, then sure, but you know, implemented differently. Romancing vampire boys best in slot, of course it is. But yeah, in terms, just to be transparent, for the characters actually, the Nephilim, for the first beta release, we just finished preparing all of their creative briefs, and we were going to send them out to various other artists in the community and have them contribute their design work for the game. So that was the next step we were going to do basically this month before we had to, you know, awkwardly pivot projects. But yeah, so that is that. I think we'll take like one or two more questions and then start moving on, if there are any. See, one or two more people.
I don't
typing.
really.
What races are we gonna see?
A lot.
A lot. The idea is to just cast a very wide net, quite literally in some cases.
Yeah,
so
we left it open for the potential to.
Yeah, we're not locking ourselves in.
But we're not locked in or out of anything specific. We had an initial batch of like probably close to five plus different races.
Yeah, with variations,
With
different
variation.
flavors.
Yeah.
A
We
good
were
question
not
from
down.
Boulder. Pardon.
Sorry. Well,
DID to
I-
GID ratio.
well, our original, like, our first like 10 characters that we had planned was it 7
7-3.
female and
7-3, yep.
three male?
So the idea was with the first beta release to test the waters, do 70-30, see what the reception's like, see what kind of feedback we get.
Yeah.
Based on that, adjust as needed.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're still focusing DID, female characters, because that is our main trade in audience, but it just depends on what people are interested in seeing.
Regarding travel across the map, I don't know why you
answer
thought we
that.
were trying to downscale that, because we weren't.
No, there are. I'm not sure what your point of reference is exactly. There's not a whole lot we've downscaled from the initial pitch. Travel across the map is done on a bird's eye view, almost, if you want, a Google Earth-like view of the map, where you place pins and stuff. You route, you draw like a line where you want to go, and then you go, and then depending on various factors, there's events that can happen, you can get lost, etc., etc. But it's not like push W to go forward kind of travel.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, the idea with the game was that we were going to be releasing in, with rolling updates kind of thing. So we would release our initial version, which with however many quests and however many characters, and then the second release would be like a new batch of characters,
New
batch
area,
of
new
quests,
etc.
etc., etc. So like kind of a live service model almost,
But without the
without
live service monetization behind it.
Yeah, basically.
Purely donation based.
Yeah. So small feature or plot element were we personally excited about, even if it wasn't a major aspect? I mean, okay, so I just really liked, honestly, I really enjoyed putting together all of the characters, like just like fleshing them out and coming up with, who they were and what they were like. I don't know. I really enjoyed that, and I definitely have some favorites. So yeah, I would say that was my.
Speaking for myself, I was given, like, there's a lot of back and forth in our creative process on the team. We trade ideas pretty openly from everybody. That is to say, like, Penn as the writer isn't the only one who like contributes to the story elements. We all talk about them, etc. So based on what I was given, I particularly enjoyed the opportunity to explore. You might have picked up on it from like the logo, for example, but exploring Sumerian culture, stuff like that. And seeing how I can, work with it, kind of play with it, adapt it if I need to for certain elements, etc. To like map that onto the lore of the story we wanted to tell. I think that was quite fun because, in my opinion, it's definitely one of the less explored cultural traditions. Obviously, everybody knows the Egyptian gods, everybody knows the Nordic gods, etc. Thanks to recent media, and like very ancient stuff is often left to the wayside. So that was very cool for me.
Yeah.
Do you guys any other feedback?
I liked. I don't know if this is slightly spoiler, but air quote mini games.
No, that's not spoilery.
Yeah, we were going to have little, whether it was interaction based / harvest,
Mhm.
Foraging, gathering type stuff. There was going to be introduction of pseudo mini games for stuff such as like cooking, fishing, or whatever. Just some of the basics with some other like little twists, but like just fun little things. Having your companion, maybe you want a vampire who is Chef Boyardeeing in the corner while there's a wolf in the water trying to catch a fish, right? I don't know. Maybe there's like a little fun, but we wanted to bring to life the aspect that you were in this adventuring party and kind of build upon that actual outdoorsiness, the exploration, your companionship, and really build upon that while including, of course, the lewd and kinky aspects.
You
Yeah.
mean like the case that the characters are mostly tied?
You're very
Mostly
quiet
inside?
again, Ken.
Oh, sorry.
I think he's just mumbling. I think that's the problem.
That's
I think he's just mumbling.
Yeah, no, I just choked on a drink, so my voice isn't fully back.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
dying a bit in the background.
I know, Ken, if you have anything to contribute, and then we can move on to a couple more questions and then move on.
Yeah, no. It would just be mentioning, why we put it aside. Like when we started making D2, we could only really do that because we had bonds as like a springboard for that. Like we could use the sales from bonds to fund the making of D2. And similarly, we can now try with the next announcements to do a similar thing to fund Envoy.
Yeah. So we have a bit of savings. Obviously, we're not
Yeah.
just working with. If it was just what we had in the Patreon account, that would be significantly harder.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, thanks
Sorry.
to Truth being free, we've
Yeah.
already eaten a bit into the D2 savings. So
that was a choice.
yeah.
That was a choice. Unitrader, it's a bummer to us as well. I think we're all pretty bummed. It was
in terms of fantastic places in RPG, that's also a big thing I'm into specifically. And I definitely, compared to the very tame fantasy setting of D2, I was excited to come up with extremely fantastical locations. Our patrons have seen, like, for example, the main city. I think that's a pretty good example of that.
It's really cool. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. I think there was a YouTube question.
It was.
Well, I'll let you pick the questions out then.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think that's about it. As far as questions go, I don't really.
Okay. All right. Of course, we're always available on Discord. The QR code is on the screen sometimes on stream, and if you're in Discord, you're already in Discord. But feel free to use the Envoy discussion channel we have if you have any questions or whatever, need clarification, etc. We are looking forward to hopefully go back to developing it.
Yeah.
Whenever we can.
If you want to help us make that happen, then you know what to do.
Yeah,
if you can.
That's code for support us on Patreon or on Subscribestar,
or just support our upcoming little projects that you're about to hear about.
Yes, soon.
Gift D2 to all your friends.
Because before that, it's time for the producer to do his stupid thing.
Get your bingo cards ready, guys.
Because it's time to talk about the merch again.
He's going to plug the merch.
Oh shit!
In case you didn't know, and several people don't know, which is why I take the time every stream to talk about it, Lovenapper 2 has official merch on our Redbubble. It's very cool. I myself have several items of merchandising.
He has that Aiden pillow.
Yeah, I have that Aiden pillow specifically in my living room. It's not awkward at all.
We need a pool party.
Honestly, as a merch owner, the print quality is pretty good, I will say. What else? What does the team have to say about it?
I've been mostly happy with the quality.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I, for one, love the fact that when my friends come over and see my stuff, they go, "Damn, you a freak."
I think I'm actually literally using Eileen coaster right now.
I have
Hell yeah.
My coffee is on the Eileen coaster. And it's a normal Eileen coaster. Even if you don't feel comfortable having this kind of thing in your house for some reason, I don't know, then there are like, regular normal ones, not
It's
you
a
know?
coaster, right? And then you see there's some cute like Eileen.
Oh, it's just a normal anime art.
See, like,
And
on the left.
look at that. And say you could have that, and if somebody asks you what it's from, you can just laugh really nervously and change the subject.
I think that's a good idea.
I have a few
This is
prints
only
on
a
my
small.
shelf.
Oh, is this the live Ken cam?
Oh,
It's where my
he's-
cat usually
he's
lies, but
showing
she's
it.
out now. This is cat cam.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I have some prints that my wife bought for me for my birthday.
What a gift!
Mhm.
Here, this should remind you of work.
No, they're nice. It's good quality print,
No, they are
Mhm.
nice.
and
Chibi pins were useful.
it is the safer work versions. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is only a small sampling of what's available. Feel free to go to the URL on screen or just scan it with your phone to check out the whole arsenal. There's some extra truth-specific stuff that's on that store, including the 3 truth posters I am incredibly proud of.
I also have I have Dr. Bunt coasters as well
Nice.
because I like her.
And of course, the proceeds we split 50-50 between us and the artists who drew them, so you're also helping out the community, etc., etc. You've probably heard the pitch before. Check them out; they're quite cool. Moving on,
There's also a soundtrack.
we have a very special announcement for all game developers in the stream.
Oh right, I forgot about this.
but yeah, we do,
Whenever you want, Ken.
we do
Me
have a
too.
we do have a soundtrack. I agree.
Oh,
Anyway,
he wants to put the right soundtrack on.
no.
I don't.
No, but you can buy it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
you
Ken
buy
to
the
transition
soundtrack
to.
and then
Oh,
like
Ken wants
Spotify,
you to plug
etc.
the soundtrack.
I can plug the soundtrack.
It's what?
The OST for Lovenapper 2 is available on all streaming platforms. Every single one of them, including fucking Instagram, I guess. So if you want to make Instagram reels with
Wait.
the escape
What?
music playing, be my fucking guest. But it's
Instagram
also
Or you could make a TikTok with it for
that's
one
funny.
more day if
It
you're
is
in the
trending.
United
It is
States.
trending.
You can do it
Just
right
today.
now. Go make a TikTok right now with the Lovenapper 2 music.
Yeah, like your account is about to like be put on sleep. Like, what do you stand to lose?
Exactly. What is there to lose?
But if you're not really into streaming, etc., you can also buy like a digital copy of the soundtrack from our Bandcamp, which you can access from our website, did.games. And all that money goes straight to the little weasel so he can feed his family,
His weasel family.
his weasel family.
Yeah.
Those little kids.
And in case you don't know what the Lovenapper 2 OST is like, you're listening to it right now.
Sorry.
It's really good. You should get it.
And I haven't.
Is that good enough for you, Ken?
Yeah, definitely.
That was great.
A special announcement for all the game devs and chads.
Yeah.
We're doing the Game Jam again, Volume 2. We've learned from our mistakes, we think, from last time. We'll
Clearly
see.
not.
We'll see.
Have
We'll see
we?
when it comes around. But it should be better this. Oh wait, I need to make it public. That link isn't going to work for like 2 more minutes. Give me a sec.
Amazing.
Listen, there is a lot of stuff to prepare.
Join, but only if you're invited.
There is a lot of stuff to prepare for this stream. Okay.
We let the
Publish.
keys in another pair of pants. It's all good.
Okay, it should work. Yeah, a few. Let me just quickly check that the link works. Okay, we're good. So if you follow the link, you'll see the Game Jam is set to last a week. By far the most popular.
Thank you, Dex.
Thanks, Dex. by far the most popular format we had last time. And we'll start on Valentine's Day. That is to say, the 14th of February. So in roughly a month. There will be a theme this time, which will be announced once the game jam starts, and not before. But obviously, the overarching theme of bondage /GID/whatever will be mandatory, because that's kind of the point of the game jam. What's a game jam for people who don't know? It's like a short period of time wherein lots of people, air quotes, compete to make a video game based on a theme, with a team, in our case up to a team of 3. It's not like super competitive in that sense, but it's a fun community exercise, I think, having participated in game jams myself, where you get to work, in our case for a week, with your team on this cool little project, and it lets you, if you've always wanted to make a game, it's a perfect opportunity to make one, because like in a week's time, you can imagine most people aren't going to be releasing Nintendo level polished titles, right? Most things that come out are like buggy and broken, but it's a lot of fun, and it lets the community celebrate the things they like.
It's a way to flesh out ideas.
It's a way to flesh out ideas, for example.
And some of them can
stuff
grow
like
out to
that.
be bigger games.
Exactly. I know Battle Bonds, which was one of the games from last time, is continuing development, which is very cool. Et cetera, et cetera. There will be, I had written last time a little guide on how to start, like how to do your first game or game jam if you've never made a game before, because I do think that a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to make a game, but it's like so hard and impossible and complicated and everything, and it's shockingly, I mean, obviously it's not easy. Obviously everybody would do it otherwise, but it's much easier than you might think. And I had a little guide that I'll publish on the Discord server about like easy ways to like get your idea to life, etc.
And I think yes, we will have a looking for group channel.
Yeah, I'll resurrect it
again. Yeah. So if you're looking for some teammates, join our Discord.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have a channel for you to find people to work with. Let's see. All right. Cool. Moving on. For real. We have planned a couple of new smaller projects. These are already in different stages of development, but we are working on these. These aren't just pitches. This is what we've been doing. Fleshing out ideas, deciding what we should go forward with, and we have here a selection of 3 projects that we'd like to show everyone. So strap in, because video games, starting with Lovenapper.
Okay.
What's Lovenapper, Pen?
Okay, I didn't think I was going first. Hi. So this was kind of something that I started on my own. Just playing around and with Renpai and some of the existing assets that we have from D2. So basically, it's a Lovenapper 2 dating sim VN. And basically it's a way I was, just playing around, reusing assets that we have, and but all new story, and hopefully in the future CGs and potentially outfits if we get enough support.
So to clarify,
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No. Just I just want to make sure. Romantic visual novel.
Yeah.
Not an RPG.
No.
No pesky combat system if you fucking hate those. And yeah,
It's
definitely.
not Didnapper 3.
It's not Lovenapper 3.
I'm gonna, and if you say it is, I will kill you.
It's Bond 2.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Kiro.
From what I understand, it's non-canon, right?
I mean, I don't know. Kind of.
I'm
gonna say half canon.
It's half canon. It's not exactly. It's not 100%.
It's not a high school setting. It's not a nice. It's no. It's not. Okay, everybody, calm down. It's not. It is not in an alternate setting. I did consider a university alternate universe, but I didn't do that. It's in the D2 universe. And
it happens right after the end of Truth.
It happens right after the Truth story. Yes, that's where it would fall on the timeline. And who will you be playing as? You'll be playing as whoever you want.
Yourself. You.
Wow.
Yes, you, the viewer, the player. You get to romance Zara and think about your questionable life decisions, for example.
Or go NTR Celeste.
Why would you put it that way?
That might be someone's thing.
So yeah.
There will be bondage, to be clear.
Yes, there will be bondage.
You don't want to be yourself. I feel like that's something you need to take up with someone else.
Yeah.
You can just pretend you're like, Naked Snake from Metal Gear.
If you want to name
yourself, isekai'd into the Lovenapper universe.
If you want to name yourself Eileen and roleplay as Eileen, and then have a self-obsessed relationship with Eileen, who am I to stop you?
That sounds accurate.
I don't know.
Remember the basics of CQC, Celeste.
So yeah, this is largely my project.
Yes.
So it's mostly only me. I'm probably going to have some help when it comes to coding things. However, as I discovered when I was playing around with Ren'Py is piss easy, and even a silly dum-dum like me can figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Release-wise, so all of these projects will be available to all of our patrons. Oh, maybe not all, but patrons starting at a certain tier, let's say, to be determined. Probably the middle one.
$100.
$100. The idea is that we'd like to release at least one route, so to speak. So from beginning to end, within 2-ish months, if I had to guess.
Sure.
Let's say within 2-ish months, give or take. Open to the usual adjustments.
First I've heard of this deadline.
I've decided on it right now. But yeah, we'll obviously openly talk about development with our patrons, all tiers. And once we have a storyline that's complete, it will be available for patrons with more to come if the project gets enough interest and support, of course. Although based on the reactions we've already gotten in here, a lot of people seem excited.
Yeah, so basically, can we vote on which route is first? I don't,
That's a good question, Pen.
I don't know, actually, because...
I think the $20 tier can.
The structure of what okay.
Well, I mean, you can offer a list of viable options. Not all
the way
of them.
it doesn't, I think it doesn't quite. The way I have it like structured, it doesn't quite work like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll figure it out. We'll have votes definitely. Mitz wants a Rinny route.
I'll put a Rinny route in if we get 1 million Patreon subscribers.
Or maybe less.
First.
Or maybe less. No?
1 million.
1 million.
1 million for Rinny.
There you go, Mitz. It's the stretch goal. That's the campaign stretch goal.
Wait, I was gonna say something else. Oh, right, because yeah. So like I said, I'm basically making use of all of our pre-existing assets. I do want to have new assets, such as CGs. But that would
Definitely
be large.
CGs.
What?
Definitely CGs, yes.
Yes, yeah. But you know, the ability to do that will largely depend on the support we get, obviously.
Yeah. Potentially some early ideas we were talking about also would be like maybe a new unique outfit for the characters, depending on what the storyline would ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe something I do want to share, because I do think that it would have a lot of appeal. In our early drafts, again, everything here is open to change, subject to change. But something that we're aiming for is for each character to have two alternate endings. One where you top them, and one where they top your ass.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely something some people are going to be interested in.
I need that from Eileen.
You need that from Eileen. Every character, we mean it, every single character. Obviously fitting for them. But yeah, I think that'll also be a fun thing for you to explore, I think, Pen, like in writing.
Yeah.
I just break your neck.
Will we have the option to just be a complete asshole in the dialogue options?
Could just have a shitty bad ending.
Yeah, if you want, but then I think, yeah, you might just get a bad ending where you get nothing. But
Forever alone.
You get isekai'd to planet Earth. That's... You get hit by a chroma truck.
That's how you unlock Rini. You get rejected like she does.
In the Aiden route, you play as her robots. Don't believe anything I'm saying.
Yeah, if there are a couple more questions, we'll take them. Otherwise, we'll move on.
Let's see. Oh, let me check. Let me check YouTube. Will it have Lovenapper 1 characters, or at least Evelyn and Carol included? I don't think so. But maybe? Sorry, I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Let's say we're gonna focus. We're gonna focus on the main 7 first.
Yeah, the main 7 first. I would say that again, and this depends on the popularity and of it. But if there's like demand for like other characters, then I'm not against adding more roots later on.
Yeah, if it's particularly popular, this project.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we'll invest more resources into it, get more custom, like more new assets, stuff like that. But initially, what can you expect? You can expect a fun romance VN with the main Lovenapper cast. That's also kinky.
Yeah.
All right.
Main character has there are dialogue options, so it's not a silent protagonist. The personality is, I think, about what you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
This is fitting music for the next project.
It's true.
Because it's ominous.
Yes. It's mysterious because, ooh, Project Agency.
Yes.
What the hell is that, Ken?
What is that? Let me just put myself on.
If you hear new music, make sure the stream is not muted, so you right-click on the stream and see if it's muted or not. Otherwise, try leaving and rejoining. Yes, you're supposed to hear music in Discord.
Yeah. I hope you are.
I do.
Okay.
Just hear hold music.
I hear it.
Yeah, I mean, they should be hearing it.
It's working.
Yeah.
Just make sure you right-click the stream view. Make sure it's not muted, and you can adjust the stream volume as well.
Yeah, because our voices are coming from a different thing than the video for the Discord people.
It is off too, so just as a
Yeah.
heads up.
All right. Well, project agency. That is the one among the projects that is probably the most developed in terms of programming, like gameplay wise. It's semi-playable at the moment, but the graphics are not so much. But I'm getting ahead of myself. What is it about? What's the premise? What's the gameplay? The premise is that you work as a contract kidnapper and provide security testing for an agency. Basically, there's been a problem with their agents being kidnapped a lot, and so it's your job to train them in anti-kidnapping measures by, well, trying to kidnap them. Like a fire drill, except kidnapping drill, I suppose. Unlike what you might think, I don't intend for this to be a stealth game like most kidnapping games are, as much as it is a manage your resources and make the right choices type of game. Like, it's more management / puzzle / whatever. Of course, the details are still to be worked out, because it's not that long in the making. But I am thinking of having some replayability in it, with like randomized floor, maybe randomized items you can pick up, etc. And the idea is that you won't get it, like, you won't get to complete it in one go. You'll probably lose, get caught, etc., and then upgrade and try again, you know. And learn about the different agents, what their habits are, what their stats are, who you should approach first, etc., etc. Let's see.
Cool. So, from what I understand, it's somewhere between like a puzzle game with like resource management and with roguelike elements, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you'll be picking up your restraints on the way. Like, if there are like 10 different agents, that doesn't mean you'll be carrying around like 20 coils of rope at a time. You'll mostly be finding stuff on the way and then decide where to use the different resources. You might find a roll of tape, and that has multiple uses, while if you find, roll of rope, that has other uses. And then it's up to the player to decide where to use it, who to use it on, how much to use, etc., in order to be able to get as many agents as possible. And the goal of the game is, gotta catch them all.
Hell yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna trademark that, I think.
Hell yeah, I think it's a good idea. So if I like kidnapping people, this is a game for me.
Essentially, yeah. Let's see. I have not paid attention to the chat.
No, this one's not. Reusing D2 assets.
No.
Who the characters are gonna be, etc. is
That's just me doing that.
Yeah.
By the way.
This is gonna have original assets, but who the agents are, what the agency is, etc., that's not completely decided yet. I've mostly been working out the technical issues, and I'm going kind of the other route with getting the game done and then deciding who the characters are, etc., and adding cutscenes and dialogue at the end. Almost a bit of a different approach to the other games we've made.
So a very Ken way of going about it.
Definitely. I am currently the only one who's been working on this project in particular. The focus, among the rest, have been more on the next one on the list.
Which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
We're going to take whatever questions you have about this while we're here. So if you want to switch back to the main view so I can also see the YouTube comments.
Yeah, I can do a little Whoop. Oh,
Whoop.
no. Might wanna.
Whoop.
Get off my face, you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
That's not very nice.
This is my quarter.
What a violent
Ah.
Tiki.
I was put in this quarter against my will, and you come and take it from me?
He's in the blood. He's in the Tiki blood.
Haha.
Be digested.
Yeah, I think he's being digested. That's actually Tiki's stomach acid.
Okay,
And
I'm
King.
gonna become like those people saying,
What?
become my muse.
I didn't mean for this to get kinky.
It happens.
Anyway.
A question on YouTube. So it's not real kidnapper. We will be doing. It's training others how to escape kidnapping. That's a question for you, Ken.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Or hear that, I mean.
Is it a so to confirm? It's not real kidnapping, right?
No, it's mock kidnapping. Like,
But you're still kidnapping them.
oh yeah, like they're gonna try not to be taken away. They're gonna protest, etc. But like, they're aware that it's gonna take place. They just don't know when. So it's
Like a
kind
fire
of-
drill.
Yeah, like a fire drill.
A really fucked up fire drill, to be honest.
Yeah, they've all signed, you know,
A waiver.
yeah, something like that. You know, because consent
Part of
is a
their
big.
workplace contract.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fire drill, yeah.
It won't be stealth focused. Will it have combat elements?
I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure on the details of the specific encounter yet. Whether it will mostly be like more of a turn-based. You choose an option, the other character gets a turn based on who they are, etc. And it becomes kind of that kind of struggle. Or if you're just, yeah. How exactly that is going to be, it's going to depend a bit on what I can do with graphics, etc. It's going to depend a bit on what makes sense. Like, I don't want... How long should each encounter be, etc. I'm going to have to feel that out a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was hoping...
So
to
quite a
get
few
the-
details.
Hmm?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna... I'm hoping to have at least a little bit of a struggle there. But like, back and forth. Yeah. Will there be like escape
Will
mechanics
there
and stuff?
be like escape mechanics and stuff?
No, I'm not planning on having escape mechanics there. If you lose, you get caught, you might get like, you know, maybe a CG based on who you lost to, where they have tied the main character up instead, and you know, you failed this mission or something.
Executed.
I guess that's where the stealth aspect kind of comes in. If you want to say there's stealth, right? You just don't want to fail.
No RPG Maker.
We're done with RPG Maker. To be clear,
RPG Maker
we
is
fucking
banned.
hate that. We fucking hate that thing.
Yeah.
It's banned from DID games. And
By me and Pois.
By-
Mostly Pois.
Yeah. One of the reasons we're able to kickstart kind of these smaller projects is that we've, through Envoy, gotten a bit more used to the engine we've used for that.
Godot.
Yeah. So we're using.
We
Godot
are.
for 2 out
We're
of 3
recycling some of our
projects
tech
now.
from Envoy because we can use some of the work we've already done, so we might as well use it.
Yeah. So I'll be using like the cutscene tech that we've used for Envoy. I'm going to use that in this game, for example, as well as some other things. So, yeah. Oh, and
One more question maybe for Project
Discord.
Agency.
Discord was asking, so are you playing as both the kidnapper and the victim? Like clarification.
oh yeah, no, only as the kidnapper. But I mean, if you fail to kidnap someone and they overpower you, then like you don't play as them necessarily. At least that's not currently the plan.
From what I remember you talking about, the victims are more of the part of the puzzle mechanic, where you kind of have to, again, you're investigating and you have to kind of improvise on the spot,
yeah.
given your resources and given like the situation.
Like the details aren't sorted out, but like as a general example, like one of the agents might be a bit of a kicker, and so if you don't tie their legs, you know, they might get the upper hand in the struggle because of that. For example. one of them might be a complete pushover, and so you don't really have to use a lot of resources on them, even though you maybe thought so.
Good.
But that's part of the journey of the game, to learn and try again.
So as you can tell, it's much earlier in like development. If you want to involve yourself with the development, if this idea, this pitch interests you at all, do join our Patreon, and there will probably be polls, but also just chatting with. I know Ken streams quite a bit to our patrons when he does work.
Yeah.
So that's also a pretty nice way of like getting to know the project and maybe like giving your input. But definitely, if that sounds interesting to you, check out the Patreon, check out the Subscribe Star.
Yeah. Quite a few patrons.
That reminds me to.
Hmm?
Sorry. No, that just reminds me that somebody had asked earlier if we like minded people like joining for a month just to see if they were interested, and
We certainly can't
No.
stop you.
and no, like we don't mind, like
More is appreciated. Like don't feel bad if that's what you do.
Mhm.
Again,
if
like
you want to just come for a month and then leave, that's okay. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to just also donate, this is something we were asked quite a bit. If you want to just do a one-time donation, we have a coffee,
No,
a
we don't.
Ko-Fi that we don't have. But our friends at Deed Game, have set up a page. You can find that link on our Discord in the announcements. We're not allowed to share it around too much.
We don't want them to find it.
But yeah. So if you've wanted to like just do a one-time donation or something, just join the Discord, and in the announcements, there's a Ko-Fi coffee link.
there's a stealth game for you. That
Yeah.
one-time donation.
Yeah, it's kind of like a stealth game that we're playing against coffee.
Yeah. Any and all support is very much appreciated, even the signing up and then stopping right away to only get the first month. That
Yeah, we need all the help we can get,
definitely.
basically.
Yeah, and a few of the patrons have already joined my dev streams and see what I currently have for this project. And yeah, if you join, you might be able to join too and give suggestions and feedback live while I work on it, or through our future devlogs that we post.
So you heard it here. Join Patreon to bother Ken while he works.
Yeah.
Please
That's
do.
been my favorite part of being on the team.
Cool. Are we ready for the last project?
Mhm.
Our patrons have seen a little teaser of it already, so they might know what's coming. And no, it's not Lovenapper 3 actually.
It's
Again,
Lovenapper 4.
it's Lovenapper 4. We skipped the 3.
We made a promise.
Lovenapper 4.
No.
Promo-ology.
If you please, Ken.
I do, please. I should probably turn off the music. Or is that? Oh, that's the later.
I think that's
Never mind.
fine.
Yeah.
Not the worst music for
No,
it.
this is a very
Maid
fitting, actually.
Manager. That's the project. So all the people who guessed
Alright, bye.
maids.
Wait.
Do you like maids?
No.
Chat. Do we like maids? Chat.
I do.
I think a couple of people like maids. What is Maid Manager about? It's about two things. It's about maids and managing them. You catch my drift? So you play as the head maid of a magical maid cafe. Bondage, of course. How else are you gonna get the customers through the fucking door? And it's split into two halves, roughly speaking. You have manager mode, where you build out your cafe, develop it, add new tables, decorations, facilities, assign the different maids to different jobs, etc. And then when you start the shift, it turns out you're the head maid, but that still means you're a fucking maid, so you gotta help the rest of your team and frantically run around your little cafe, trying to, do the job that you gave yourself. So, roughly speaking, it's 50% just cafe tycoon, I guess you could say. 50% a very, very, very light version. Oh no, don't put me over. Yeah, okay. A very,
No, hang
very
out with her.
simplified single-player version of something like
When do we
Overcooked, for
unlock
example.
Prologue as the maid?
That'll be a stretch goal. I'll put myself in the game if
Highest tier patrons
if we
only.
make infinite money, which is my goal. Which is, yeah. Graphically speaking, the route we're going for is for the main cafe view to be isometric pixel art, kind of like, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics or Habbo Hotel, stuff like that. Very cutesy, an easy way to see the whole cafe, navigate around. Also easier for us to create the assets for that. But then off to the side, you always have a high-res, full-body view of like the head maid you're controlling or whatever maid you have selected, right? Where you can see her, or him maybe, if there's enough requests for like femboys or just really burly men in maid outfits.
Bro, I'm already
Rolla.
jotting this down.
Maid log.
Maid log.
Maid log when?
Maid log when. I already have the headband.
I know.
Halfway. And off to the side you have high-res art that shows the maid character that you've chosen, with, of course, all the specific bindings that you have equipped for this shift.
Yeah.
Let's see. Housework bondage ratio. You're doing both at the same time. So 100%, 100%. It's also not housework. It's cafe work.
Yes. Yes. You are running a
Let's
business.
see. Yes. And you're also running around the business.
And
on top
you
of
are
running
actually
the
running. Yes.
business.
I know you're hopping or hobbling around.
Well, yeah, you're most likely not running. Of course, if you decide to equip your maids with leg restraints, you are going to have to suffer those consequences when you have to get out there and get the fucking work done. But that's all stuff you'll discover as we iron out the game. Let's see. More restraints, more tips. Basically, that's a good way to put it. More restraints, more tips, but also more difficult to play.
The harder you make the game on yourself, the more the reward.
Exactly.
Balancing your kink with an honest day's work.
Mhm.
That's a good way of putting it.
Who could have foreseen that hog tying all the maids would have consequences?
Okay, but like to me that if we get
How
some
could we
change,
have
that's just a derby
predicted
race.
Let's see. I was gonna say something. Right. Structurally, the idea is for it to be highly replayable. Kind of like I'm envisioning it kind of like a roguelite structure. Main inspiration, Lethal Company in that regard. The idea being you have like quotas of 3 days where you have like 6 or 9 shifts or something, and it's increasing the amount of money you need to make increases, but so does your resources. Gameplay wise, it is nothing like Lethal Company, to be clear.
Yeah, don't expect jump scares
or first person 3D gameplay.
or friends playing with you.
Yeah. Game where the maids unionize. Maybe a stretch goal. We'll see. If you're particularly mean with your team, they are your team.
The unionizing DLC.
Exactly. How do they serve coffee? Very carefully. It depends. Like, as you can see here, Didi's doing a great job at demonstrating how you can use a feather duster with your wrists cuffed together and bondage mittens on, and she's doing a great job. Like, honestly, gotta hand it to her. But she has no hands, so you can't.
Boo.
Boo! It
Get
was
off
funny.
the stage.
It was funny. What would you want me to put here instead? Exactly.
Jeez, that was loud.
They can't unionize if they can never talk. I mean, That's another way of seeing it. Long term, there'd be a little bit of story content, just lighthearted. Mostly like, locker room talk between you and your team. Yeah, I'll say it. Another thing we're doing for this is we want to have quite a few guest characters. Try to get a bit of a collab going on. Maybe even call it a crossover, if you will. We're keeping that under wraps for now, as we, work out the contractual details with the concerned people. But you can expect to see familiar faces, and it is not gotcha.
No.
It is. It is not gotcha. Which is part of the reason why we chose Dee Dee to be the poster girl for the game. On top of, people liking Dee Dee's design or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Heard DD Eileen is popular in D2.
Are you gonna show the thing?
Sure. I'm taking a couple more questions. This
Okay.
game seems tailor-made to easily slot in guest characters. Absolutely. Recruit guests. You don't have to do anything special to recruit guests. That's not the main focus of the game. That falls a bit out of scope. The idea with these projects is for them to be smaller and simpler, than just giving ourselves as much work as we would have on Envoy. So the main focus is really managing the cafe and then mating the cafe. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take one more question.
Oh, and expect all the maid puns.
No. Everything's a fetish, Boulder. Okay.
Wonder Bread.
We do have a little reveal, a little special, a little teaser prepared. If you want to stop the music, Ken. Make sure the music's on, or don't. It doesn't really matter that much.
Is it gone?
Yes.
All right.
Eerily quiet.
Dafür wird etwas gefilmt, das ist ganz klar.
It's Sugi, guys.
You spelled her name wrong.
You're right, I forgot the G.
It's really loud.
Exactly.
That's how you're sure that it's important.
Really loud. It's super dip Doppler.
I can play it again, but lower.
No, it's
That's
fine.
right. In line with collaborating with other artists, we figured we'd collaborate with ourselves, simply. Welcome back, Sugi. Brought back to work at a fucking cafe.
You guys were wondering where she was in Lovenapper 2.
This is what she's been up to.
This is where she was.
That's not exactly canon, but we'll not go there. So look forward to having Dee Dee and Suki and other people you probably know work together to get the job done. And for the person who was asking, how do you serve drinks? This is how you serve drinks. You don't need hands. The patrons have their own hands.
Yay!
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 Clap, clap, clap.
Wait, I have
Clap,
a
clap,
sound for
clap,
that.
clap, clap. Let's see. Do we have any stuff on? Yep. Yippee.
Yippee!
Made Leroy hype. The idea is to bring in more characters from outside than from inside, if possible. So,
I think
once we get through the main guest characters, if we do want to add more it would probably be somebody from D2 to at least flatten it out a bit.
Yeah.
Is the surname new? Is that something in D1? That is her full name, actually. She signed it herself. She knows how to write, unlike Celeste, and even in cursive.
What the fuck? Celeste
Wait,
knows
is it
how to
wrong?
write. She
Does
wrote her
she?
name that one
She just
time.
doesn't know how to left.
She just doesn't know how to left.
She wrote her name that one time.
That's true, and she does write on the map in D2. That is her
Yes.
handwriting.
Isn't that just drawing?
The fuck?
It's a
Celeste
bit-
Salander.
Celeste slander. I slander everybody in D2. The Smash Bros of DID games. The Smash Bros of DID was one thing I was thinking of. I wasn't going to say it. Suki acknowledged. Yes, we do acknowledge Suki. However, this Rinny person, I still don't know who that is. See a little bit more typing, and then we'll move on to the end. Me when no funny.
How do they forward customer orders if they have gags? Telepathically.
So you might have not been ever gagged before. Depending on the gag, it is actually possible to communicate. Just difficult. Tape being the one main exception, due to how that one works. Sharpie on the boob.
I like to
You
imagine.
think they haven't developed a language after all this time?
Maybe they communicate in Morse code, blinking the left and right eyes.
Guys, stop slandering Celeste. She knows how to read.
Fucking Morse code, just
I've never seen her read, so I don't think
Yeah.
so.
It's canon that she's read the comics in her room several times.
The comics.
What if she's blindfolded too? So blindfolds are something I thought of. For now at least, for early development, I will not be considering blindfolds for the game. Mostly on account of the fact that no.
How do you even?
No, that's
Maybe
just-
the overkill Maid Manager mod will add
Oh,
blindfolds for you guys.
don't say that.
I'm sorry.
Don't give them the food. Mit's forced to work on another shitty DID games game. Yeah, I think we
Fun
can switch
fact.
back. Mhm.
No, I just wanted to share a fun fact. A couple days ago, I shared a tiny corner of this Sugi image in our supporter chat, and
Mhm.
everybody told me that everybody would know exactly who it was
Immediately.
from the little
instantly.
tiny sliver that I shared, and I told them all that they were stupid and crazy. However, I was wrong, and honestly, like I just need to say, like, what the hell, guys? Like, are you guys okay? Like,
Yeah, she lost the
genuinely.
bet.
She lost the bet. She had to buy Poa a game on Steam.
Yeah, I bought him
On
something.
game. And let me tell
bought
you,
him
it
a-
was bad.
You played it already.
Oh yeah, I mean, it
Wish
was like 1 hour.
It was
Just-
1 hour. It was
I
like
feel
$7.
Yeah, I
feel
feel
like
scammed, and I didn't even buy it.
it should not. It should. That's. Wow. That sucks. Okay. So yes. Yep.
You can switch back to the main view, Ken, and put the music back on.
Oh, yeah.
It's not obvious. You guys are
It is.
like.
It's obvious.
you
Everybody
guys-
told you. I told you they would guess it immediately, and guess what?
Why? It's like you.
I guess what they did.
Look at another character, guys. Come on. That's the only character in the world that has that hairstyle. You're right. No other character on Earth. Honestly, like, it kind of made me wanna, like, wish it was somebody else. Because that would have been funny.
Chelsea again.
Chelsea again.
Chelsea with pigtails. Okay, that would be kind of funny, honestly.
But anyways, whatever. I already admitted defeat. I bought Pla that whatever his degenerate porn game that was on his wish list, which apparently was bad. So
I don't know why it was on my wish list, honestly.
But, well, there you go, bud.
That concludes our announcements for today. To recap, since we've been here for a little bit, we talked about truth. It went pretty well. We chatted about Envoy, answered some questions that people might have. Plugged the merch. Very important. Please buy the merch. It's so cool. It's so
Buy
cool.
our shirts.
Announced the second edition of the Game Jam, for which you can already pre-register on the itch page. I will put an announcement later for that. And then went over our 3 new projects. Lovenapper, a romantic visual novel featuring the main Lovenapper 2 cast. Project Agency, a still kind of mysterious game, to be honest, about kidnapping people, but consensually, but not really. But you know, you get the idea. If you want to get involved in helping the development with that, make sure you join the Patreon. And of course, Maid Manager, a hybrid management, frantic, overcooked style game, wherein there are mostly maids in a maid cafe and some familiar faces. If any of this sounds interesting to you, please do consider supporting us on Patreon or Subscribestar. I say this every time, and I sound like a fucking broken record, and I probably need to open a thesaurus at some point, but we literally cannot do what we do without the community's support, and it means the world to us. Also, all of these games, once they become playable in early beta versions, will be available to our patrons, probably at the $10 tier and more, but we'll announce that when we get there. For beta access, simply, and help us, you know, build out the features and the content of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That about wraps up the announcement part of the stream. So, you know, the main, if you were here for the direct, that is over now. However, we've realized over the years that people like just asking questions about us, our projects, our experiences, etc., just chatting with the team. So we'll be around for, you know, a couple more minutes to just, you know, hang out with you guys, awesome guys and girls who help us make what we do and answer any questions you have or just, you know, banter. Thanks a lot.
Y'all beautiful.
Yay.
Will you guys go do that? I'm gonna go grab my drink again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Celeste.
Hello, Celeste.
Why the fuck is she in my corner?
Whoop. Whoop.
Which one gives us more of the donation? Substar or Patreon?
Currently
right?
Patreon. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are doing everything we can to not get banned off of Patreon.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll stay that way.
Yeah.
So all of these games are being worked on, like, at the same time, concurrently.
Yes, by splitting
Because
up our resources.
As you might have noticed, it's basically, you know, none of us are working on more than one
It's a lot of
currently.
weasel to go around.
Except for Weasel.
Except for Weasel.
Yeah.
I hear we have a
I
deadline.
have
in 2 months.
two questions not at all motivated by the bingo. Of course, Dex.
Well, one of the 3 games have lore. Depends what you mean by lore. D2,
So-
Lovenapper, by virtue of being in the Lovenapper universe, has all of the Lovenapper lore baked in. So, yeah, sorry. Go
There'd
on.
be a Bonds cameo in Maid Manager.
Not initially planned. Maybe down the road if demand is... It depends on what the patrons think, but definitely not initially.
Not in this initial batch, but
Yeah.
I think the idea is, like, it's not something we'd say no to down the line if it...
No. I'd probably, personally, prefer putting in a D2 character first, before a Bonds character. Or, you know...
Well, technically, we have a
Yeah,
character
we
who's
just-
both.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Lore, I mean, obviously, Maid Manager and Project Agency are going to have their story. How much of the story you need for it to be considered lore, I cannot tell you. Hope that helps. Hope you got a bingo.
I mean,
Games be on Steam along with Itch.
So for once the games are finished, quote unquote, we'll put them, on both Steam and Itch, most likely. Although for most of development, the games will be available through our Patreon and Subscribestar.
I'm gonna guess the games will have custom music. It's not like I'm gonna steal stuff.
Yeah, we are not going to steal stuff. There will definitely be less tracks than the whopping fucking 80,
I mean, 100.
100, 100 that we have.
113, I believe.
I don't for Lovenapper, I was open to just like buying a music pack if Weedle didn't want
Oh
to.
no,
we
we got themes.
We can also start by recycling the 100 tracks we
Yeah,
have.
I've
For
met that
example-
up
True,
a lot.
actually, I could recycle those. Yeah.
But it's no issue having Weasel do a bit of original music for that.
Well, I know, but I just didn't want to add more
say,
work onto his.
I can't wait to hear the remix
Wait.
of D2 music with Supermassive Black Hole by the Muse, done by Weasel.
That seems
Okay.
very specific.
Oddly
is-
specific.
take
Hey, don't call
commissions.
me out.
That is oddly specific.
Mm-hmm.
I stand by what I said.
Are we gonna put ourselves as cameos in Maid Manager? Yeah. Prologue
So
will
I
be one of the
know
maids.
Tiki wanted to put himself as one of the patrons that can walk into the cafe.
A
I
little
thought that was
tiny tiki.
I thought that was a fun idea. And then everybody hyperfixated on Maid Prologue, so I might actually maybe just end up being a playable character. Who knows?
Weasel's
Oh,
pretty
good.
attractive.
Yeah, so as the one who's gonna have to program that, no, fuck that, fuck you
Okay,
guys.
so sorry, no Maid Prologue, but
What the fuck?
vetoed by
Maybe,
Quad.
maybe at 1 million Patreons.
Okay, you hear it. Well, at 1 million patrons, we get Maid Prologue and we get Rinny and Lovenapper. So
Maid Prologue can
That's-
be a patron of the cafe that comes in for some reason dressed as a maid.
I think Quad just doesn't want to see that, based on my understanding.
You knew the risks of working on the team.
Discord asks, can we expect any tribute to Athena, given probably the reveal of Suki
Who?
with the Maid Manager?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
No. For the very foreseeable future, Suki is the rep from Lovenapper 1. Sorry, all 3 Athena fans.
Yeah. It's,
For what it's worth, I will say this. In D2, we only addressed Evelyn and Carol for reasons we've explained several times. But all of, like, for the sake of lore, every character has like an inferred canonical activity at the point of D2. They're just not relevant at all to D2's plot.
yeah, and also Athena is cringe.
Athena can be made less cringe. Everybody can be made less cringe.
She's just, yeah. Nah.
Suppose that is true. Athena has worked as a maid before.
You're silent. You're quiet again.
Oh,
Stop
sorry.
mumblecoring
I
us.
was leaning back.
How dare you? You gotta lock in.
Athena
Yeah.
has worked as a maid before, canonically.
Good for her.
So
She's
she,
paid her dues.
yeah, she didn't like it much.
So has
from my,
so
what
has
I
Suki, I
remember.
believe.
Yeah, at least Suki kept the costume.
Exactly. It's been slightly modified by, as you can tell, Sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other
Hmm.
questions about any of the projects
Or anything.
or about
Really?
life
I like chatting. I like yapping, in case it wasn't clear.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know.
I take questions about my cat.
Cat is called Izzy.
That is true.
Just take the cat without questions.
What is
He likes
life
long
about?
walks in the rain.
That's a good answer. Life is about... Why are you making the weasel small? Oh, right, he's
He's
holding a
doing
weasel.
that again.
Oh, okay.
On the hand
It's
page.
Life is actually about pornography, so
Actually,
You've come to the right place.
yeah.
a fun discussion we were having the other day with the team is that the meaning of life, the universe, and everything else being 42 is... That reference is probably going to slowly become more and more obscure every year, and that already Gen Alpha probably has no idea what it is. Think about that.
You say that to all these people who have no idea what it is.
They know. No, people know what 42 is. Come on.
From an old movie, right?
It's... Ouch.
Will there be new
Yes, it
characters in
is.
Maid Manager?
It's not that old. It's not even that old.
It's 40 years old.
The movie? You're high.
And the book is like 70?
The
The
movie.
book is older. The
No, we
movie
don't
is
talk
fairly recent.
Don't talk about the movie. It was bad.
Okay.
To answer the Discord question.
Will there be new characters in Maid Manager?
So
Probably
new.
not.
I'm assuming new original
Like no, yeah.
characters.
So no, not really.
And Didi is a new character.
Didi is a new video game character. But no.
Congrats to her.
Congratulations on her promotion to waitress.
Yes.
Yay! She was made for this. Yeah.
Truly. She looks so pleased in her art.
Ooh. Stay out of this. But no. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any new characters, at least not in the initial batch. I know we've discussed like the concept is we wanted to prioritize like some guest characters and other
Definitely.
things along those lines, and then if we needed to fill more slots in, we could design some more original characters to kind of fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
So potentially in the future, sure, but as of now, no.
Didi is canonically a game developer. Within the
And now she's
canon
game
of she
developer.
represents us. But roughly speaking, she's just our mascot, and you know, we do whatever the fuck we want with our mascot because she's our mascot. Look, her giant eyeless, mouthless, noseless head is above me right now.
Yay.
Yay!
Why did you steal her face?
I needed it.
That
Don't
honestly
ask.
looks like a tiki drawing.
What does?
I never draw the face until it's too late.
Two blades. Uh-huh.
And then you draw the face that's on your tiki right now.
Yes. Yes.
What a beautiful face.
Thanks.
I don't know about your guys' avatar, but mine definitely had that one at some point.
Oh no, I mean every single character in like D2 and even in all the Envoy concept art got that mouth at some point.
Slime boy.
It's the slime boy mouth. Ken, what kind of cat do you have?
Common house cat?
Brown.
Cringe.
Brown.
It's-
Like, it's not a Maine Coon or any of those fancy ones. It's a pretty common short-haired one with a
Generic cat.
pattern similar
Garbage
to what you
cat.
Are
see
the
here.
opposite of fancy.
Just-
Cat found in the garbage can.
It's less chubby than what it looks like here. She's very
Maine
lean.
Coons are way overrated. Like they put so much more fucking hair on everything in your house than
They're
what
also
normal
fucking
cats.
massive.
Yeah,
They're
but
also
look, they're
fucking
funny. They're funny though.
Yeah, they're funny.
Also, they come from Maine, which is a fucking cringe place.
I don't think they actually come from Maine.
No, that's literally why they're called that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
the audible disappointment at learning that they come from Maine. Come on, Perlin every day. Join stream late. All games are being worked on at once. Is there one we can expect first?
Mm.
It's well, actually
That's
no,
a
because
deadline.
it could really be any of the three, depending on what point we decide to release a beta in.
It's a competition
mystery
between
fourth game.
all of us.
It's the
Three-way
three.
brawl.
It's the three Hogwarts houses.
While we announced a game jam, we ourselves are having a game jam.
No. We cannot expect Lovenapper in 2 months' time. That is not what Prologue said.
I said
All,
that.
all routes.
What is?
Hold on, guys. Hold
What
on,
the fuck?
guys.
Oh, okay,
Wait,
cat.
we're getting Izzy. Hi, Izzy.
He's Peach.
What a creature.
Specimen.
So that's the kind of cat it is.
Yeah, like
Cat.
Cats.
it's cat.
Standard issue cats, exactly.
Mhm.
No, that was a rough estimate for the first, like, playable route, for Lovenapper. But, highly variable depending on life. Which has a history of fucking us in the ass, but not in the cool way.
Never in the cool way.
It's never in the cool way. What I'm wondering now is, how do I announce this to all the people who didn't join the stream? Like, do I just make one massive fucking wall of text with images? Do I do several and I ping everyone
Flashbang them
every
with
time?
just the entire script.
It's just gonna end up with like 16 everyone pings.
Send everyone a text version of the stream.
Let's have an AI transcribe it, which is what YouTube does all anyways.
Yeah.
B-movie script at everyone. That's pretty good. No, because mostly because Proton does all the just works. Proton just works, and I don't know if we want to have fun compiling to Linux. What
What are we talking about?
Linux versions, Linux builds,
For
the Godot games.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe.
I mean, I'm assuming the people at Godot have got that figured out, considering they like Linux.
You do realize that that's an extra platform to fucking test and debug.
Oh no, I'm not testing on Linux. Fuck that.
Okay, so a Linux version that is heavily broken, you're better off playing the Windows version with Proton.
No, it's
Wait.
probably gonna work just fine because we already have the Linux release build.
Does it work?
I mean, I'm not gonna like launch my laptop on fucking Ubuntu just to see. It's just
I guess
We'll
the-
see is the answer.
people
Yeah.
who are on Linux are gonna try and they're gonna tell me it works because everything always works.
Yeah, just like Lovenapper 2 on Steam Deck. Ha 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 ha.
But like because it's Godot and not fucking Google Chrome from 2017, it should probably work better than Lovenapper 2.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
Hopefully it won't be like Lovenapper 2 on Mac, which worked at first, and then it didn't because Mac fucked us over.
Well, let's not talk about it. Was a mix of Mac and RPG Maker.
Yeah. I mean, RPG Maker stayed the same. Mac didn't. But RPG Maker
Yeah.
is RPG Maker.
Also, you're leaning back in your chair again.
Yep.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Gotta compensate by speaking louder.
This man relax. No, he has to lock in. Godot does a lot better. I fucking hope so.
Well, I mean, I assume it does better than RPGM under Proton because it runs better in the first place, honestly. But you should not need to use Proton with because we're gonna export
As long
Linux
as you don't
build.
expect there to be errors or bugs.
I do personally, as a producer, have mixed feelings about publishing a build of a game that we won't test. But I mean,
Do you want to test it?
No,
Be my
no.
fucking guest.
No, I don't.
I will test it when Steam gives me my Steam Deck for free, but they have not answered yet. So
Right,
That's
you
really
requested
gonna get
a you requested a developer
yeah,
Steam Deck.
You should have put
they've
it
just
on
been
your wish
ghosting
list.
me, and that's kind of fucked up.
That's crazy. That is fucked up. What the fuck?
I do hope to release an Android version of Project Agency, but I can't make any guarantees there. Like, obviously, but I will.
Yeah.
I will
That's
try.
more of a stretch than a Linux build.
And I mean, if you're gonna release a mobile game, a mobile version, definitely look into Chinese localization.
Yeah. But like at the same time, we're not gonna be able to put it on Google Play or anything.
A bit of creative wording.
We probably could.
I'd say
honestly,
if we can get Bonds onto Google Play, then maybe.
I mean, they got Zenless Zone Zero into Google Play, and holy shit, that thing.
there's a lot of bullshit on Google Play. Like they don't really check much.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
do not moderate.
I was kind of planning to go a bit more not safe for work with a Project Agency than we have so far. So I don't think it. Yeah. I mean, I'm the one who first released the Vibe mod for D2.
Oh, right.
Everyone forgets that.
No, I forget that that's what you consider more NSFW.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
It's
Google
not-
Play will agree.
Technically correct.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
mean, even friggin' DeviantArt agrees.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they banned sex toys.
Don't worry,
Regardless.
Google Play just doesn't care. Yeah.
Regardless.
Okay. I feel like there are no more questions.
I think this about concludes the stream.
Yeah.
We are always available over text on the Discord server. We yap a lot. If you go to the politics channel, which you really shouldn't, but Paw's there every day, so if you're looking for Paw, that's where you'll find him.
Just
Okay, December.
short one. A little mention at the end, I guess. D2 is, if someone is not able to get D2 on either itch or on Steam for whatever reason, they might be able now to get it on DL site.
Yes.
Maybe.
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 They can
DL
try.
site is fickle, and I don't like it.
But D2 is available there now.
Yes. I think that about wraps up the stream.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for tuning in. And thank you to everybody who has been supporting us for this long,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because can't do it without you. Obviously.
And we're looking forward for your stream scribbles, Dr. Soup. It's a highlight every time. No pressure, by the way. And yeah, look forward to the game jam. That's definitely the next concrete date. I'm extremely excited to see what the community produces. I had a lot of fun playing all the games last time, for real.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was probably one of the highlights for me of the year. That was fun.
I still thought the timing was weird since it was like 1 week from crunch time.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Sorry,
yeah.
go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that this week I'll probably be working on trying to make a showcase prototype of the agents
And if you want to see what that is,
On
join Patreon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.